Oh, this is tricky. But I want to answer with a question in return. Why would we think that voting is ineffective? Because on either side of the spectrum, voting has shown to be consequential in outcomes. Let's just look at the Republican side of things. With Oklahoma, Texas, Florida, and Arkansas, for instance, and of course several other states, the GOP representation voted in place has shown to be, of course, destructive, but the vote in and of itself was effective in placing those representatives to cause the destruction. But the same is true on the other side of the spectrum, with Michigan and New Mexico and Minnesota, with its supermajority, having made great strides towards various protections, codifying Roe, being a safe state for the LGBTQ community, and various other improvements and advancements as far as social responsibility is concerned, showcasing again that voting is effective. The question becomes whether we need to expect another J6 in case they do not get their wishes and will next year in the presidential election. What happens if we show up in such large numbers that the tipping point is no longer a question, but the gap in between the votes and the numbers is so substantial that any reenactment of J6 is just, even by emotional, irrational perspectives, just a ridiculous undertaking because the gap is so wide. The alternative is that we just stay absent and do not vote, and the gap is narrowed, thereby increasing the probability of another January 6th. So, can we expect another attempt, perhaps this time better prepared? Maybe. But we will almost certainly create conditions that will have knee-jerk reactions of the GOP losing side if the gap is narrow. So, is voting effective? The evidence overwhelmingly says yes, it is effective. Can we expect a knee-jerk reaction? Potentially. Do I hope that we are better prepared this time? Hopefully. Will a gap that's just really wide squelch the idea of doing another little J6 stunt? I would hope so. So yes, voting absolutely consequential. Get out there and vote.